Hello everyone. I didn't expect to make another video so soon, but the past weekend was D23 and there was surprisingly a lot of Fantastic Four information just a few weeks after San Diego Comic-Con. So I figured I'd hop back on the mic and start talking about it, I guess. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Number one is the suit. We got a suit reveal, which was very awesome, or at least Johnny's suit. I have a feeling they're all going to have different suits, sort of like in the Valentine's Day image, where they had two different suits for Reed and Sue, and now we have Johnny's. So let's just start with that. So at D23, the cast obviously are in London filming the movie, so they weren't there, but they sent in a video to talk to the audience, and in this brief video, we see them, I think, in the Baxter building, first of all. This sort of orange white area. I feel like this is the Baxter building, or at least the interior of it. It looks a little too stylized to like a normal like behind the scenes cafeteria place. I feel like this is the set and they're in the Baxter building. I could be wrong, but this could be their kitchen, I think. So that's pretty cool. But I think obviously the most important part of this is the reveal of the Fantastic Four suit through Johnny here, which I think looks incredible. I really like it. I like how it takes the white and blue, sort of like the animated show color scheme. And I know some people are a little upset about how the white collar sort of goes all the way down to the arms. I think it looks fine. I don't really mind it, but I do think it will be different for each member. So this might just be Johnny's suit and how his looks compared to the other members. But I think it looks really great. I'm happy they didn't overdo it like they did Reed Richards' suit from Multiverse of Madness with all those lines and segments and stuff. This is a very simple, nice, sleek suit, and I'm very happy about it. Another thing I want to mention about the suits is that it's hard to see because of the footage and the images, but there are lines going down the suit, sort of like a sweater-like design, like in the Valentine's Day image, which I think is a very interesting detail, since how in the comics Johnny's Flame On version has those lines going down to sort of represent like the comic shading. So I think the reason these outfits have those, at least Johnny's, have those sweater-like lines is I think when he goes Flame On, you're gonna see those same shading lines in the movie, which I think is crazy to think about. That's a really cool detail if that's true. Back on 4/4 day, they released a Flame On Johnny Storm poster, and you can see those same lines I'm talking about. So I think this, quite honestly, is going to be how he looks in the movie. It's not just like a promotional image of him. I think he is going to have those lines because of how his suit is made and how it's designed. They want to have those shading lines like in the comics, which I think is really cool. It's a really cool detail. I'm not sure when we're going to see the other members' suits. It might be until the trailer, I'd presume, or it probably will leak because of all the set leaks going on right now. I don't want to talk about those in case, you guys watching want a full non-spoiler, only official material being revealed. So I'm not going to talk about them. And obviously, to be honest, it's not really a whole lot anyways if I really wanted to talk about them, so it's no big deal. But I don't think we're going to see the other members' suits until probably a trailer, so it's going to be a while. Overall, the suit looks really good. I'm happy that it's not too crazy. I was a little worried. People always make that comment about, oh, the MCU-ification of comic suits. I think in terms of all superhero movies, especially like with Superman, we're moving towards more simpler, nicer, sleeker looking designs, which I'm really happy about. Because there was a time where people, especially when in 2015, when that other Fantastic Four movie came out, those suits are too like military-like. They're not comic whatsoever. They're not even closely resembling a Fantastic Four outfit. And that's one of my problems amongst a million others with that movie. But it's sort of this pinnacle of, trying not to be from the comics while trying to also be from the comics. It's like a weird mismatch of ideas. But now we're moving towards an era where comic book movies are excited to be comic book movies and be zany and cartoony and have these wild outfits. And people like them, and I think it's just awesome. I'm happy about this new audience perspective on comic book outfits, and this is where it leads us to these great Fantastic Four outfits, this awesome Superman outfit, and it's gonna be crazy to see this next generation of comic book movies and how how stories and characters and outfits are actually adapted in the way people really want, instead of trying to drastically change and make them all dark and gritty and the suits are ugly. It's just really exciting. Alongside the suit reveal and the little cast video, they showed off the SDCC footage again, and yeah, it was quite literally the same footage. They don't have any new footage to actually show, but I didn't talk about the footage more in depthly in my other video, so I want to do that really quickly right now. So yeah, going through it, he's talking about alternate universes and parallel Earths, which is really interesting. So I guess that also is going to tie into the multiverse stuff and maybe how they get taken into the MCU. But it's also just a staple of the Fantastic Four and how they love to explore the universe and all these new worlds, other worlds. So it's just really cool to see that the basis of Reed is already really great, even from this test footage. Obviously, we see Reed and Ben in the space suits before their mission to space. You can see the same orange and white kitchen-like area from the cast video in this trailer. I do think this is their kitchen of the Baxter building, which I guess that confirms it. It's quite literally the same room. You see the same like weird 3-layered fridge cabinet thing right behind them. There are also shots of the Fantastic Car in the actual movie. Obviously this was shown before they fully revealed the flying over the panel, which was really cool. But it is also in this trailer and you see it flying around the city. We get a close-up of Ben's name tag on the spacesuit. And we have the Let's Make a Match dating show where this lady is gonna pick one of them and one of them's the Thing. Like I mentioned in my other video, and I do want to correct myself on this. I guess I always sort of thought that Thing was supposed to be bigger than a normal person, which he is, but he's not a lot taller than a normal person. He's just a lot more wider, I think, but not exactly much taller. Not Hulk size. I just want to preface, not Hulk size. Little shorter than Hulk, but I think taller than an average person, I think, is the ideal height for Thing. And obviously in this pic, he's sitting down, but I do think he's going to be around the same height as probably Reed, which is like what happened in the 2005 movie. I think he's going to be mocap. I don't think he's going to be real. Not real, but like, he's not going to be makeup like the 2005 Thing. So it's going to be interesting to see. We haven't seen the Thing besides the Valentine's Day image. So hopefully we'll see him soon-ish. We see the whole team in their astronaut outfits, which interestingly enough, because in the 2005 movie, the astronaut space suits became the Fantastic Four suits, but these look drastically different from the suits that they're going to wear. So I guess we'll have a different story version for how they make their suits as opposed to the 2005 movie, but it is the same color scheme, which that might just be an inherent stylistic choice. And obviously we have the rocket here for when they go to space. And then we have the Fantastic Four First Steps. I'm gonna admit, but adding the First Steps subtitle is okay. I would have liked it if it was just the Fantastic Four. Obviously First Steps is probably in relation to what the story is about. Maybe first steps of being a team, first steps of a baby, I don't know. Franklin Richards, maybe? I don't know. First Steps is really interesting, at least not like part 1. When movies are titled part 1, there's always like a weird fear of part 2 never coming out, so it's just always titled part 1. The same thing happened with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning part 1. They got rid of the subtitle, and obviously it makes you stuck in a subtitle if you don't really like it, which again, like Mission Impossible, they took off the part 1 subtitle and now it's just Dead Reckoning. At the end of this trailer, we see Galactus and Herbie. Is Herbie the first robot, the first thing to see Galactus? What the heck? I love Galactus's design. Obviously, we just see his eyes, but he's already a bajillion times better than the 2007 Rise of the Silver Surfer Fart Cloud Galactus. And I'm very happy to see Galactus is in this movie. I'm surprised they're going straight to Galactus. I obviously would have thought, oh, maybe Dr. Doom, maybe a Mole Man. But yeah, obviously Dr. Doom is RDJ. Which I don't think he's going to be in Fantastic Four. That sounds like a Secret Wars Doomsday multiverse Doom version and not Fantastic Four movie Doom. I don't think Doom's going to be in the Fantastic Four. because they obviously want to set up RDJ to be Doom and do all his thingies in Avengers. So I don't think there's gonna be a Doom. Galactus being the main villain of Fantastic Four is very cool. Hopefully we see Silver Surfer. You can't have one without the other, I don't think. Maybe we see some other heralds, who knows. And yeah, it should be really fun. Speaking on Galactus, I had this thought the other day of, all these popcorn bucket theories and designs are going all rampant right now. It would be really cool if Galactus's helmet was the Fantastic Four popcorn bucket, with the big handles on the side of his head. So I think that just makes the most sense. Of Galactus's helmet is already very popcorn bucket designed already, being this large helmet-like design. So I think that would be really cool if the popcorn bucket was his helmet. And that wraps up my footage breakdown, sort of analysis, sort of commentary, whatever. It obviously wasn't anything new, considering this is just the footage they showed at San Diego Comic-Con a couple weeks ago. But still, I wanted to break it down myself a little bit, and I think this might be the last time I would get to do that, because maybe the next time we get Fantastic Four news, we'll see some actual new footage, which is very exciting to think about, but I do think it'll be a little while until that happens. And that wraps up the D23 Marvel Studios portion of this video and of what they announced at the panel during the big Disney presentation that was like 3 hours long. I remember staying up that night, it was just crazy. But that is not the end of this video, because there is something else that's very cool that I want to talk about. The last thing from D23 that I wanted to talk about, the theme song being revealed by Michael Giacchino. Here, I don't know if I can play it, but it has a very nice futuristic tone to it. Almost like Tomorrowland at Disney World. That sort of futuristic type beat. I think it sounds nice, it sounds fun, it sounds epic. And yeah, and I like how the edit says like Fantastic Four. Obviously, I have an attachment to the original theme, like that theme from the first two movies, but we got a new theme coming in, and it sounds angelic. It sounds beautiful, inspiring, and optimistic and hopeful. I like it. It sounds nice. I'm excited to hear what he has cooking. I mean, I think he made the Batman soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken, which that's the Batman. The Batman soundtrack is incredible. So I'm excited to see what he has cooking here. Okay, I lied. There is one last thing I want to talk about, which isn't movie related, but it is Fantastic Four adjacent related. So obviously everyone knows Fortnite, right? I'm pretty sure. So Fortnite has the Marvel season coming up, which looks fun. It looks incredible. I love the Jonesy and Peely skin. They look really funny. Obviously the Marvel skins look great as well. Doctor Doom is back into the Fortnite lore and the Battle Pass. But, when you have Doctor Doom involved, I have to ask the question, are the Fantastic Four coming? I'd figured they might come next year, more in time with the new movie, but I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, because that was announced at D23, the Fortnite season, so that would be great. Well, this video went on for a lot longer than it probably should have. I am Fantastic Four'd out for this video, and I'm sure you are too if you're still watching at this point, which I thank you if you are. If you like hearing me ramble about the Fantastic Four for a long time, I'm sure you probably think, wow, this guy's a little crazy, but I had fun, and I hope you did too watching this video. So I'm gonna end the video now, and probably go to sleep. I'm kinda tired. Okay, bye.